It's all your fault.
Yeah, it's totally Alice.
It is.
She's like, I know. She's like, I get blamed for anything or everything. I was like, oh, I said you just make it too easy.
She does too.
She's always so excited to see me when I come by. Dan! Which makes my day. Because when she first started there, we had a rocky working relationship.
Right.
Yeah, there was definitely some disagreement and
She's, I don't know, man.
I give her a hard time all the time. I was like, hey, I said, every time you see me on the road, I said, it's not like you're driving. She's like, well, I'm getting ready for work. I was like, yeah, so am I. I said, but I wave at you. So ever since I gave her shit about that, I haven't passed her once. So she's probably watching for me, can't see me.
where's this Chris guy?
Like, what the fuck?
Or Americano guy is
He always
probably
says,
what they
he
think.
always says freaking that he sees me, but I never see him. What the hell?
Well, because she always parks over by where you live and walks, right?
Not too close to where I live. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what she drives.
She used to park right next to the bank, but on the far side of that road. So she'd walk like a block to get to work.
Oh, so maybe.
So she was like kitty corner to you by like maybe 100 yards, probably less than that. Okay.
Oh.
Well, Austin, you snooze, you lose. We're getting started.
Let's do it.
I figured when he said he was going to be a little late, I figured he'd be like 5-6 minutes. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm not too concerned with being right at 6.
Nah, he might be a bit later than that. If he had just was heading home when he texted.
We'll get caught up on what happened.
He'll be
So,
fine, yeah.
I printed off the meeting notes. It definitely did think we were talking about hairless elves at the end.
I love
It was
that.
really funny. One of the key action items was to figure out why the elves were losing their hair.
Yep. That's what I was hoping for.
Nice.
I edited that out so that we wouldn't have to.
What? No.
I still have the original
So
transcript.
you got to post it that way everyone can look at it and be like, what the heck is wrong with this D&D group?
Figure out
Aren't
where
they supposed to be trying to take care of Tiamat, not hairless elves?
you gotta figure out where they're going hairless.
They're cold. You got to warm them up.
Oh. I'm having trouble getting my computer to work.
I forgot my drink in the car.
Gotta cancel the session. Cancel the session.
Oh, what a difference. Warming the dice up makes, I tell you.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
warm
sure
up a
it
little bit.
objectively, statistically
Bam.
changes things.
19, 17, 14. See? 16, 12, 15, 17. See, I'm telling you. You gotta warm up the dice. You gotta make the dice happy. No one likes rolling cold dice.
I do.
I gotta get them out so they're weighted properly.
Well, you need to
15, 14.
if you want to.
Gotta get them weighted right, so you gotta warm them up.
What's your opinion of dice towers? Are they
I don't like dice
good or bad?
towers.
Oh, okay.
I don't like dice towers because
Well-
it takes the DM roll out of it.
Just for that, I'm going to use dice towers.
Oh, I don't care if you do. For me, I like to feel the dice, and I like to feel like I have the control over that die when I roll.
Let's see if I get the edge because I'm using a dice tower tonight instead of rolling on the mat.
Absolutely not. I can feel
The bad juju? Oh,
Yeah, just like grab
oh,
it.
you have good juju?
they're gonna be good tonight.
Okay.
Grab and flick.
Let's
Grab it.
see.
Just
Okay.
gotta make it in the box.
So you were going to try to find some allies among the high elves in the high forest. Everything's high here. No, it has nothing to do with drugs. It's just there's a lot of elevation and
Everything
everything
to do
highly
with
of
Doothbury.
themselves.
Right.
Everything to do with Doothbury.
Yeah, there's probably no mushrooms.
Sil might
Don't
know.
look
Sil
for
would
them.
know.
Don't look for them.
Sil would know.
Don't eat these. They'll make you hallucinate. Yes.
Let's see here. Basically, the only thing that's super important, or of any relevance really, tonight is that you saved a dryad from being attacked by some unknown foes of a type that you've not seen before. Oh, I need my pointer. I can't have this all the way over here. She informed you about an unknown foe that is just referred to as the Dark One for now, who's causing issues. That's it, putting it lightly. Basically, the whole forest is being like taken over by some foe, referred to as the Dark One. The Wood Elves lost their heir, H-E-I-R. Who knows? There might be one who's lost his hair too, and there might be one who's suffocating. Who knows? But there's a noble heir that is missing, and this has something to do with wyverns that live in the forest, and that they have a close knit relationship. The elves and the wyverns do, yeah.
So these wyverns aren't necessarily.
They're not like dangerous to you unless you like
provoke them.
Yeah, one way to provoke them is to not make it clear that you are potentially friends with these high elves, but you're not friends yet. So.
Not yet.
Also, the other thing of note is somewhere in the forest, on the way to the high elves, is a clan of friendly Kenku, and that these Kenku are somebody to seek out.
They're the bird-looking things, right?
Yeah, they look like ravens. They're wingless humanoids. They're not capable of speech, but they are capable of mimicking speech.
I wonder if my raven could. Well, but if they're not capable of speech, then.
Well, they might be capable of that. They might speak avian. I'm not sure. Let's find out.
Technically, I have my owl.
Is this gonna be one of those conversations where it's like, hello, 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 hello?
Could be like that.
Quick copy, quick copy.
Wait a minute. What? Oh.
I suck. You suck.
Right.
So it appears like there has been a change in the rules that Kenku can speak without mimicking.
Oh.
It as if it's not just it's not restricted just to mimicry. It can do both. I'm gonna go through it as if it's normal for them to only do mimicry, because that's how I've run Kenku in the past. So that's a bit of a deviation from apparently new rules as written.
That's good. Speaking, from someone that has to roll to speak and to read every day.
Okay, the flies are out. Who wants to be designated fly killer?
I've been freaking. I'm Fly Rambo. That's what I do.
Over by you. Now's your chance. Get
Where
him.
is he? Where is
He's
he?
on the lid of the mug. To your left. Did you get him?
I don't know.
He fell.
Did you
Yeah, he fell.
Did you get him?
First shot. One shot.
One shot, one kill. That's how it's gonna be tonight.
The American sniper.
No exception.
Let me know if you need the weapon. Let me use one of mine. I'll slice it in half. Yeah, there we go.
I always hated that.
Oh no, my laptop.
It has to be the quick one, like.
I always hated American Sniper because I always knew
It was fake?
Well, no, I always knew the lead as friggin', the guy from Major League. So you got the catcher from Major League, friggin' the old has-been catcher, and then they do this big old friggin' badass movie with him as American Sniper, and I'm like, this just doesn't fit, man. Should have got like Charlie Sheen, then it would have fit a little bit better.
It's crazy how he got taken out by one of his own.
Mm-hmm.
Austin! Where are you?
We'll just start. Who knows how long he'll be.
He'll come in and we'll be like, oh, we sacrificed you to the dark.
Yeah, that. By the way, that is kind of like normal
We dressed you in
for some D&D groups.
clothes.
I think traditionally people are more okay with missing out, and then I don't want people to miss out, but
No, he's fine.
it's a lot of people to.
When I miss, we walked a long way.
I walked all the way from Spearfish to get here.
Right. In the rain.
Uphill both ways.
Both
It
ways.
was -3 degrees.
And raining.
And raining, and it was really windy.
-3 and raining.
Yeah, that made it a lot worse. Trust me, I was a dansicle.
I was hoping this would be a little bit more sour.
This music's too cheap.
Sour gummy worm.
Oh,
I was hoping it'd be a little bit more sour.
that looks like a cotton candy.
It's almost there, but it's more sweet than what I want. I want more sour. Punch me in the mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, jawbreaker type sour.
Go for those ghosts. The ghost green apple or sour. The
Oh,
blueberries.
yeah. That
Those
one's good.
Are sour.
It seems a little whimsical.
What do we got over here?
Oh, it's not bad though. It's like a forest. Like,
This'll work.
Yeah.
I did
A lot of dungeon ambiance. Is that
Yeah, I've got.
what kind of ambiance you get in a dungeon?
Oh, it's. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
So I got 2 of them at least. Sometimes it's fun to overlay
Yeah,
'em.
we're in a jungle. Welcome to the jungle.
I like this one. It's creepy.
Yeah.
I played it through with 2 of the 9 gods. Then we got this one.
That one makes me think there's a trap everywhere.
Yeah, that was the point.
Frog, get nuts.
Then you got Tomb of the 9 Gods. This one was kind of creepy too. Creepy dungeon.
Ooh, CR Forest. There you go. CR Forest.
I think that was CR. Why did I put CR? I had a naming system. Okay, anyway, let's go back to Mysterious Forest because we're not in a creepy dungeon right now.
I like it.
Okay, so you find yourself in the same situation as you were at the end of last week. There is a dryad in front of you who is a little injured, though she was healed up by Chris. Not Chris, by Doothmar, sorry. I misnamed him.
You're a mofo, man.
That's it.
Your magic?
Oh,
You can
some
heal?
days I can heal. I can heal!
That's a lot better outcome than I was expecting. I thought you were going to tell me you're not the DM anymore. We're firing you. You got the
Please.
Yeah, right.
Magic missile. See, I should play a mage with an intelligence of 5.
No, you
Magic
shouldn't. No, you shouldn't.
Missile?
Magic rocket. Magic firework. Why is it not working? You're not holding your wand. Magic firework. You said the wrong thing.
Speak with your heart's fire.
Okay, so you've got the dryad in front of you. There are a couple piles of gravel from these broken things. After they died, they kind of melted into the earth, but they left little crumbles left behind. And the dryad has just explained to you where you are, who she is, and all these things that I went over about the tribe of Kenku, the elves, the wyverns, the dark one, and the satyrs. I forgot. I think she mentioned there were some satyrs in this forest too.
Okay.
So lots of allies, but unfortunately the allies are being sort of oppressed by the dark one, and so you are headed to the high elves. You have to pass through territories and
No gems in the piles of rubble.
search for them.
Hell
Ooh,
yeah,
investigation
stone
check.
cunning, man.
Oh, okay, you can get advantage.
Stone cunning.
It's not really a proper application of that.
Investigation is intelligence, so that's -3, so 15.
That would have been
Still
good.
not terrible.
That's still good.
It's not bad.
For rolling an 18.
Yeah.
Well, now I need to roll. Okay. Anything above a 50 means that there's a small ruby in there.
Sweet! Small ruby.
You got a 43. There's no small ruby.
Oh, so
You must have imagined that.
What's this red? Oh, it's just blood.
Here, I'll give you a chance to roll for it.
So, see, that's what you say. It's what's
I
this?
forget. Sometimes I should let the players roll for it.
Oh, that's gonna take forever. Oh, there we go.
It heard you. 72.
Woo!
There's a small ruby in there. It's
Nice.
worth
$1 million.
no 20 gold.
Try again.
You didn't. Your persuasion check to the DM wasn't high enough.
I will intimidate the DM.
No, you won't.
That's what I do best, man.
Intimidation?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I have a sword. I didn't think you roll with disadvantage.
Still good at
One
it.
of my favorite.
You know how I roll?
Is one of the first sessions where he tries to lead him off trips.
This way!
Follow me!
That was absolutely iconic.
Toothmer in a nutshell. Follow me!
This way!
I got this. Don't worry.
Small. Ruby.
Me and Smirgoff are like shit. Now we gotta do something.
Oh dear. I
20
forgot
gold.
about that. That's
right
really
there.
funny.
Small ruby, 20 gold.
Nice.
Because I rocked out some investigation checks with my intelligence.
I bet this forest has some stuff. I bet if we do random investigation checks, maybe.
My lungs. They gotta work out there. Woo!
That's
I'm
fun.
wise. I'm not the smartest thing, but I'm wise as hell.
The dryad
This way!
speaks to you through Syl, and she says, I must go and warn the others. And she vaporizes into leaves in the wind and flies away,
Okay.
leaving you.
I want that trick.
Do you have to roll a comprehension check to see if you understand?
Probably would.
I would like
Where'd she go?
to see
Oh yeah, I didn't know.
see if I can build Syl her little home real quick.
Oh, cool. There's, do an investigation or nature. Either is fine.
Okay.
Just take a bunch of the stone and
17.
17?
hollow that crap out.
Okay.
And then maybe like I don't want to do performance.
Oops. You find an old tree that has fallen down. It's not insanely large. It's probably the trunk's probably about this big or so. And at the end of it, you can see that it's turning into kind of like that pulpy stuff. This is exactly what mushrooms are feeding on, right?
Perfect. Yeah.
And there's a section that's broken off. If you took your blade and trimmed it a little bit, you could probably make that into a little container. And then you'd probably have to scavenge some other materials
Yeah,
of some sort. but-
I'm just gonna take some small malleable twigs and vines and make a little enclosure.
Almost like basket weaving.
Almost,
Yeah.
like basket weaving, a little basket, and then stuff it with that good stuff that mushrooms like.
Yeah.
Decayed, decayed dirt and wood, stuff that, and see if she likes it.
There's just the tiniest bit of dampness to it from the
Yeah.
last rain, and she climbs up in there
She loves it.
and plants her feet. She's like, "Oh, this is great."
It was a nat 20 to
When
see
it-
if she
when
liked it.
When he cuts the thing off, he hears, "I'm almost not dead yet." As the tree loses a toe.
You take like a little rivet and then like a little metal rivet and hook it to my pack.
There you go.
So, got her a little home now.
That is.
You're starting to look more like a traveler and a little bit less like a warrior, as you've got a pack on and you've got this thing dangling off the
And
back.
I've got a lot of furry friends.
If you get into battle, it's probably one of those things where you're like, "Okay, slip off my backpack, set it down gently so I don't hurt
Yeah.
Syl." Ah!
1, 2, yes.
Mushrooms also like a little bit of shade.
3.
Nice. Do a few big leaves on the top.
Yeah.
And hook to it.
Yeah,
Weaved through like
like an umbrella.
Yep.
It's a mushroom pagoda.
So what does it take for her to grow? Does it just take time?
Yeah, I haven't worked out how long that would take. It'd probably take a while. But if you keep feeding her lots of nutritious detritus, then she will
Oh yeah.
she'll grow fast.
Yeah. Well.
Like a dragon. You know, we'll go
Mushrooms do
This
grow
do-
fast. Yeah,
They
no.
can.
They can.
This
All of
one,
a sudden, the swarmling becomes an ancient dragon for some reason.
did this druid point us in any sort of direction before she whisked away?
Yes, she pointed basically northeast, and she said that is the direction you want to go.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's kind of like not a super like defined trail. It's
Right.
Kind of like an
Very-
overgrown little. game trail almost maybe.
Yes, that is what you had been following. This
Okay.
is boring music.
So I'm pretty sure you said something similar along the lines of the more dense part of the forest.
Oh, I like that.
I love Pillars of Eternity. It's got a great soundtrack. Okay.
So I think, well, I want to, those rubble guys probably don't got none. Those little boulder bowling balls probably ain't got nothing on them. Nah.
Other than the ruby he found, there's nothing else.
The
It's just
ruby.
gravel.
Nice. Cool. I say we, start walking in our direction a little bit.
Unless he has a sling.
Keeping our eyes peeled.
And they mostly kind of just use their arms and threw like their fingers at you.
Right? That's what I'm saying. You pick up their fingers using that sling, yeah.
And they just grew a new finger.
Right?
Let us, keep following this trail, yeah.
All right, let's have some nature or survival checks.
Oh, that's my specialty.
Oof, that's not good.
17.
17.
That's a 5 for me.
That's
with your intelligence bonus?
Yeah, I
Holy
rolled
cow.
I rolled a 2. So.
It's like, that's a really bad roll. I know what your intelligence is.
You're walking through the forest, and on occasion you find these large protrusions out of the ground that are covered in moss that seem out of place. Like, up to this point, you've been walking through what is a fairly flat forest. It hasn't really gained a whole lot of altitude yet. You're going slightly uphill. It's barely noticeable. And every once in a while, you see this big shape of moss up out of the ground. You're like, that's interesting. I'm not sure what that's about.
Shape of
You get a little bit
Little
further.
mound.
That's what it looks like to you. It's like this mound of moss, and it sticks up out of the ground. It's a little bit strange. Get further
So like
in.
pointed, like sticks out of the ground, almost like
Not all of them,
stalagmite
no.
type
Like,
thing?
just mounded.
Some of them are mounds. You get a few that are oddly shaped that aren't easy to describe.
I didn't know hobbits were around here.
Oh.
Dirty hobbits.
Why are they dirty?
Because they live in the ground.
They shower every day.
They live in the ground.
And the further you go, the more of them you see.
I would like to investigate one. Kind of look closer into one.
Okay.
Right, Ed.
Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's
We'll figure out what he
22.
eats first.
I have an idea of what you could do. Do you have any ideas of how you want to investigate?
well, I kind of just. Yeah. How big is this mount compared to me?
Well, the one you picked is a little taller than you.
A little taller.
Uh-huh.
I think you should try to scrape some of that moss off.
I'm gonna do a little roundabout of it first. See if I notice anything.
Let's smoke
Just
some.
your constant rolling cracks me up.
Hey, you never know, man. I gotta keep my dice high. Gotta keep it high. You never know when I'm gonna have to
This guy-
intimidate something.
It's a good thing you invited him. The moss comes off and you see old stone bricks.
I'm gonna walk around and see if I
I'm
notice
going to do
anything
a history
around the
check
base or anything like.
On the stone brick.
Here he's coming.
I'd like to do a history check on the stone brick.
You go around to the other side, and there's what looks like a stick pointing out, and it's got moss growing on it. And then you look closer, and you realize it's an old torch holder, like one of those sconces made of iron.
Normal size.
It's been
torch.
here, yeah. It's been here so long that it's basically being eaten by the moss underneath it. You know how
Yeah.
moss kind of erodes whatever it's touching.
And this just is just like right outside this mound.
Well, it's attached to the stone bricks.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
And as you start piecing this together, you realize that you're standing on material that is somewhat stone. It's crumbled. It's definitely falling apart. There's plenty of dirt and rocks and soil and other plants growing in it. But you realize that you're standing in the midst of a very old civilization. It could be thousands of years old. It's been long lost, and retaken by nature.
I'm gonna kind of clear out that moss.
I want to do a history check on the stone. Sort of gauge like, in a way, like what I believe this was used for.
Okay.
What it was used for, how long it's been there,
That's a great idea.
so on and so forth. Oh, that's a crit.
You find an open and completely destroyed chest. Only the iron structure that would have held the boards together is still there. It looks like the skeleton of a chest, really.
Yeah.
And inside of it's just cobwebs and soil.
Yeah.
And you, what'd you roll?
Crit.
Crit.
20 crit. Because my intelligence is strong. That's why I keep my dice warm. And that's with advantage. My other roll was a 14.
Nice.
Pretty neat. I'm on fire.
This is this is the interior of the building that you're standing inside of.
This is the interior.
The interior of the building, yep.
So the walls and stuff have crumbled.
Yep.
Okay.
So this used to be a building.
Yep.
Okay.
And in fact, you've probably walked through a few to get here.
If I look around, can I piece together a little bit of a layout?
Yeah, I think probably like either perception or investigation. I think either's fine.
So by using like a passive perception, by now knowing this, and I look around, I can probably see a lot more, and possibly using my insight, judge that this could have been a city at one point.
Yep.
Okay.
You're coming up with the same idea.
Yeah.
There's the structure of a broken tower, not far away from where you're standing, and then there's a very different lump on the ground next to it, which stands out as not stone. It's also covered in moss. You're curious about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check that out for sure.
We should try to look below. We should try to find a way down.
You think there's a lower?
My intuition says that there could be something below. This is like not necessarily a mirage, but it's a way of hiding. I think there could be a city below.
Let's check. Yeah, we'll check that mound out. Very irregular one that stands out next to that tower.
You walk up to it and you recognize that it is a skeleton, a big one. Also rotting. Been here a long time. But as you look at it, recognize that it is humanoid in shape, and it is giant in size.
Wearing armor, wearing any kind of symbols, wearing anything, just a skeleton.
There is some eroded like club in the grip of its skeleton hand. So we're talking like a hill giant that was here for some reason.
Interesting. This tower, I'm gonna go look at this tower a little bit and see if I can see any kind of like depiction.
Would I be able to? Sorry, would I like know that it's like a hill giant?
Well, you know
It's
it's
a really
giant.
weird area that for a giant to be.
We'll say Doothmer thinks it's a really weird area for a giant to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look around this little tower, see if there's any markings, anything that I can see of why what the civilization even could have been, or who possibly could have been here.
Okay.
You had an epiphany.
That would have been great timing. Help yourself to any of those goodies you want.
30, 20 investigation.
Cheddar sour cream chips.
Just looking around.
Looks like a bell tower.
Bell tower.
Yeah. Like it was probably part of
Spicy.
maybe a temple, something of that sort.
No indication of what civilization it could have been.
There's some. Well, you find the bell on the ground, and it has some markings on it, but they're in an old form of common that's very hard to read. Think like actual Old English,
Yeah.
which is
difficult.
We can't read it at all.
Yeah.
You can read early modern English, but you can't read old English. Even Shakespearean would be easier to read than this.
Child's play for a dwarf like me.
Do you want to try?
I don't think I can.
Roll at disadvantage, disadvantage.
I'll try. I don't think I'll even get close to reading it. What would it be?
1. 4 minus 3.
History, I mean 16.
16.
I
History's
could
fine.
I could see that being like a 25 though.
I rolled a
25 to me.
disadvantage for you. My best roll was 11.
These are probably like the descendants of adventurers that or explorers that came across the Sea of Swords. Hello.
Is that why it quacked?
Yep, he hit the quack button.
Yeah.
He was trying to get my
How's it going,
attention.
What's up, Miko?
Good. How are you?
What the hell?
There, you guys have found an old, destroyed civilization in the forest.
Just kind of peeking around it.
Like a city made of stone that crumbled 1,000 years ago.
Nice.
And
Taryn hasn't thrown any rocks at it yet, has he?
No.
I knew something.
But
was
we did
missing.
find a giant skeleton with a club in its hand.
If there was something
And
looking
he
at
hasn't
me,
touched it yet.
something looking at me, I definitely would have thrown a rock at it, but no eyeball yet. Everything's just crumbled, just thousands of years old. Found a bell we can't read. There's markings on it, but we can't read it. Other than that, nothing
Nice.
super particular about this place.
Bell has nothing religious about it, does it?
It does. It's from this temple, but it's hard to discern what it may mean.
Okay.
We could poke around it a little bit more, or we could continue on our way.
In front of you, you see quite a bit more of this civilization. As you look around or move around, you see more signs of maybe a battle a long time ago. There's a crumbled catapult that you come across. It takes a moment to recognize what it is. Still has a stone loaded in it, but it's listed and sagged and fallen apart. You find a couple more giant skeletons, and you realize that the giants must have been here when the city was attacked. The city could have been around for a long, long time, but eventually fell to giants.
Okay, so we can discern that the giants were the aggressors.
That's what it looks like.
Okay. Do we see any remnants of anything else of who they might have been fighting? Whoever they were to take down a bunch of giants,
I would assume that's probably the High Elves.
like an outpost.
This is
Like a
their
small settlement.
domain, so I mean that it would be you would think that there would be multiple cities, similar to how my dwarfs are. There's sporadic cities throughout the Sword Mountains.
Yeah, there's also different tribes though.
Right.
I think a difficult, maybe even very difficult investigation check you might be able to come up with.
16.
Very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Rolling at quad disadvantage. No. There's
Smirgoff,
no way I'd be able to.
If you want to roll investigation, the DC is 20 to try to get more.
Oh, if it's just
Oh.
one, that's easy.
Well,
Oh man.
let's see, give me 1 second.
No. 13.
Where is my investigation?
Intelligence.
So you rolled 27. What? When did you get
Well,
a 24?
No,
I
that's
have
just
a
attack roll.
+0 to investigation.
Nice. Nice.
How's a 2 do?
You're reading at my level.
All you find is an anthill. You're like,
Nice.
I think ants built this place.
It's cool. I mean,
So should we like uncover more of this moss just to see if there's anything that we can
take a little bit of time.
Yeah, maybe there's something around that we can figure out, or
Yeah, we'll take a.
You're in no particular rush.
Yeah, we'll take some time. Clear some stuff out, see if we can piece together a little bit more of this interesting story.
a decent sized village. If there was a castle, or if there was towers or anything like that, like we're finding, there's gotta be basement areas. There's gotta be, if they were attacked, there's gotta be areas in which they
Can fall back.
took their children and, women. So there might be like some underground tunnels, underground areas, or whatnot.
You're looking around, and you hear a fair voice in the distance start singing. He's singing, "As I was going over the far-famed Kerry Mountains,
Dang it, it's
Oh,
that
not
kid
that
again.
stupid.
Captain
It's that kid
Faerun
again.
and this money he was counting."
That damn kid, we told him to go.
We told him to go back to our town.
And you hear this voice get slowly louder and louder. It's not the same voice.
Oh, dang it.
That'd have been hilarious.
It's an older voice. It's an older sounding voice. And you see basically dancing into the ruins a man with goat legs as he's playing a lute in his hand, and he's singing, completely oblivious to your presence.
And he's by himself.
He's by himself. He's coming closer and closer. He's wearing a jacket, and the jacket is very colorful. Oh, and he has a hat on, and his low goat ears are sticking through it.
It's Goat Elton John.
Seems like a very interesting goat.
Yeah. Hola, senor.
Crocodile Run.
He slows down and continues playing the harp, but he talks with you. Hello!
What are you doing here?
I'm playing!
I see. You play very nicely. Very nice.
Thank you!
Does he have horns?
We can't see him if he does. He's wearing the hat.
Does he look like a horny goat?
I set that up without even meaning to set that up.
I don't see any horns.
I don't know how to answer.
Sir, what is your name?
Bomb Tombadil.
There you go. Bomb.
Bomb Tombadil. I bet you'll never guess where I got that from.
Well, hello, Bomb.
Not a clue.
Good.
I have no idea.
It's completely original.
Sweet.
Insight check.
Well, what brings you into the forest this lovely day?
I make it a point to enjoy every day. And this is just one of the places where I dance and play my lute.
Do you live in this forest?
Yes, I do.
Very nice. What is this place we are standing in?
This is the ruins of an old human civilization, destroyed by giants, many, many years ago. Many years before I was even a little fawn.
Human. Interesting.
Why was this place attacked by all these giants? No
I have no idea. Many things happened in this forest. It is old, older than anyone living. These trees, he gestures to some of the larger trees, he says, these trees have been growing for hundreds of years. Never been cut down.
Very nice.
And what about
Look
you?
like some good trees.
What are you doing in the high forest? I have not met you before.
Well, we're on our way to 60 high elves.
Oh, I will take you there.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Yes, we just stumbled upon this little place and we thought it was interesting, so we were trying to piece it together a little bit, see what's up.
This is a safe place to rest. You will find no foes here.
Very nice.
Except for that dead skeleton over there.
What time of day is it?
Oh, great question. I think I had forgotten to consider that, so let's say it's just after high noon.
Okay. Very nice. Well, I think we are still pretty rested. I think we can make some more journey.
Well, very good. Which direction were you headed? Point it out.
Northeast.
Oh, yes. And your character points, he's like, he takes your arm and he just pushes it slightly to the left. That's the direction you want to go.
Perfect.
Yes, I will help you, I will help you.
Thank you. What? If you don't mind me asking, what are you?
I am a fawn.
You're a fawn. Very nice. I don't think I've ever seen a fawn before.
They mainly don't leave the forest. We have a similarity to the satyrs, but we're not the same.
Well, as we're walking, I'm gonna. So we heard about this dark one that is oppressing peoples in this forest. What do you know?
It is deeply troubling. I've lived here my whole life. I've lived here 75 years. He's like, I said he had an older sounding voice. It's just because the other guy was super young.
Yeah.
He was probably like in his 20s.
Yeah.
This guy sounds like he's probably 30, 40 years old, and he's telling you he's 75. He looks youthful. He's very agile, dexterous, and all that. You wouldn't think he was older than 30.
What type of oppression is this dark one having on the people? Is there certain things that he does to the people, or certain ways he oppresses?
He is slowly consuming the forest.
In what way?
I don't know how to explain it. It becomes dark. Foul smells and sounds come from the portions where he is. It seems to spread every day. I have no skill as a warrior. I do not know what I could do to stop it.
Have you seen any other, how do you say, like minions of his? Does he seem to have followers?
He has followers, but I have avoided them. I talk to the trees and they keep me safe.
That's very nice.
You must be careful though. All the trees have ears, not all of them are friends.
Well, yes, and some of them can grab you by your backpack and suspend you above the air too. I've run into a few. But we ended on good terms.
That's good, I've never heard of that.
Yes, he grabbed me up and he started to talk.
You put me down.
And then convinced him to put me down. But yes, I am a firm believer that trees can listen and hear and speak and move.
You are correct.
Yes. You learn the hard way.
Even the simple ones can.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to know how to convince them.
But don't try to plant them. Don't plant them. We don't help plant these walking trees.
You've learned.
That is offensive.
That's hilarious.
Bless you.
The fawn says, "Bless you." And he walks over to Smirgoff and he says, "Dear sir, what ails you?"
Must be the pollen in the air. Lots of trees around these parts.
Yes.
Do you live on the East Coast? So many trees.
Come now, follow me. I will show you a more comfortable place to recess. And he takes you slightly off the path. You can still see where it is. And there's a building that's less broken down that has actual like stone tables and a few benches. And it's a lot more comfortable. The sun is cutting through the trees. It's nice and warm here. You can see everything around you. And there's even like 2 structural walls that are slightly intact behind you, so you know you don't have to watch your back as you're sitting there kind of enjoying the view. and Bomb Tombadil plays for you some more music on his lute. It sounds strangely Irish,
Okay.
even though you don't know what Irish is.
What I was gonna do, I was gonna put him on the spot and be like, sing us a song of your people.
Start singing about whiskey.
Very nice. I like that.
You're like, dang it. Always
And
with
then-
the names and singing songs about my people.
As he's strumming it, you see a little bit of glow come from his harp, and he sets, or not harp, but lute. Once the song finishes, he sets it down and he takes out his hand, and he opens the palm, and inside of it there is there's a little treat. There's like a. You ever heard of those honeyed nut candies?
Yeah.
Like a walnut with honey on it and a little bit of like berry juice in it. It tastes really good. It's crunchy. It's like candy from this setting. And he offers it to one of you. I was like, here, taste it. Have one.
No, thank you.
Can I do a little insight check on him? I
Yeah.
trust him, but then again, I have seen Narnia.
But why should you trust him?
Exactly.
He's a wicked bard. That could be a defiler.
16.
16. He seems to have the right intentions.
Right intentions.
Yeah. He's just a friendly guy.
Sure, I will try this candy from a stranger.
It does kind of sound weird when you put it that way. Not what I'm
Here,
going
hop
for.
into my bag.
He produces a van from behind the wall.
That is a nice van.
Thank you. I spent 36 years saving up for it.
Do you have more candy in there?
No. No, he gives you the candy and you feel warm and invigorated, like you've had a long rest. So go ahead and apply long rest if you can.
Oh yeah, I get my hit points back. Yeah, I'll take that. Very nice. You need to try this.
I'm afraid it'll take until tomorrow until I can make another one.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
One per day, you must be low level.
Well, I have this, and then he opens his other palm and he produces a good berry. He says, I can make many of these, they're just not as good.
That's fantastic.
Do you want one?
Nah, I'm good.
What was that you gave me? What is that called? I like it.
I don't have a name for it.
Is this a homebrew?
With the honey.
Homebrew candy?
I don't have a home, and I didn't brew it.
This turned very sad. I was very warm and happy and invigorated. Now I
Okay, 2 points of depression.
Yeah, right.
Excuse me.
That was very nice.
Sorry, my throat is irritated. He just refers to it as like a honeyed morsel.
I like these. I like these.
It's something that I can create through my music.
Well, you seem very, very good-hearted, and I want to keep on good terms with you. Where do you reside?
I just move here and there in the forest.
Oh,
I set up camp whenever I need be.
very
Usually
nice.
stay in the safe places like this.
Yes.
You could camp here all night and you would have no problems.
Very nice. Well, I feel ready to go.
I'm sure. The morsel does that.
Yes, I see what they call it the high forest at times. This is fantastic.
I like it.
That's what I got. I should have called it something else.
No,
Even
it's
though
fine.
called the high floor.
It's fantastic. It is great. This is my place.
I need to learn how to make these.
Well, I mean, if you guys are ready, I'm ready to keep going on this journey, trying to find these elves.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
If we continue towards the elven dwelling, we will pass through more dangerous lands.
Is there anything that we should know about these elves before we try to speak to them? We are meant to find allies, and we want to stay on good terms with these.
Yes, absolutely. Hang on a second, I've got it written down somewhere. I thought I had it written down somewhere. He says the elves keep to themselves, other than they will allow the satyrs in their presence, and of course the wyverns. And they will allow me. But they are wary of travelers. This forest belongs to them, and they tend to it. Right now they are distracted with the conflict with the Dark One. I don't think they will give you trouble as long as you do not insult them.
I expect you will not be traveling all the way with us.
I may if you wish it.
If not, maybe they will take. We can take something of yours to show our goodwill that we have met with you, and maybe they will be more up to talking with us and not be as wary.
I would come with you.
Okay, that is fantastic. We will protect you.
To the best of our abilities.
Yes, to the best of our abilities.
Well, I think I could defend myself if I had to. I just try not to. Conflict avoidance is... It's a good strategy. You should try it sometime.
Not really our
You're like, do you know who you talk to?
yeah, not really our style, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
But we do try to keep the peace when we can.
Well, I will assist you wherever possible.
Yes, if
Otherwise, I would just continue wandering.
yes, let's keep on our path.
Do you tell them at all about your run-in with the Dryad?
Oh, yeah. As we're walking, tell a story. We can tell. We'll get to we get to the story of how we entered the forest and what we experienced with the Dryad. And
He's very impressed with your willingness to jump to the aid of somebody in need of help, and this.
These dang boulders just decided they wanted to beat up on her, man.
He seems more, even more convinced that he's made the right choice of deciding to go with you rather than continuing on his just merrymaking, which is fine, but he would like something to do. And you seem like trustworthy folk, and he could see himself working with you, at least to get you to the High Forest. And then he does not want to leave the forest. He wants to get you to the elves.
oh, absolutely. And with you helping talk to them would be very beneficial because we are much better at fighting than we are talking.
You'll be
You can tell he's way better at talking than he is at fighting.
Right. Perfect. We make a great team. That's fantastic. Our charisma sucks.
You complete me.
In case it's not obvious, he's a bard with a high charisma.
That's
Very high
fantastic.
charisma.
We very much like him.
Ooh, he could give us buffs.
Yes.
Yes, I would like to.
He could confuse the crap out of us too.
He really could.
Because our charismas are wonderful.
Yeah, but you've got an insane wisdom. You would know it's coming.
That's true.
You're like, something's not adding up.
Yeah, with a 16 insight check too, I feel like it. Got a decent idea of.
Yeah, you feel, Doothmar, you feel comfortable with this. Your
Oh,
insight, your passive insight's really high.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm not sure how Smirgov thinks about Bomb Tombadil.
As we're walking,
Well, he's got good music, so it's enough to win me over.
I keep my goat horn.
Do you want to plate or a
Away.
bowl?
Oh no, I'm cool. I'm cool. Just grab a little bit here and here.
As I
There you go. That's
as we're walking, I talk with Mom and I look over and I say, yes, Smirgloff at night, he gets depressed sometimes. He misses his long lost love.
Sings about her, some elven woman in a forest. He's searching forests for her.
There you go. That might cheer him up.
We're on the backside of the NPC card now.
Nice. We've met a lot of people.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing.
No, I like it.
I'm not so much the kind of guy who likes to have tons of like really evil NPCs. I do like having cheerful, kind, nice people, and then people who are less than that.
Yeah.
Although if everyone's nice, then it's kind of boring. But if everyone's evil, then I don't know. It's also kind of boring. So
Evil NPCs are fun.
they are,
Mm-hmm.
and there are lots of them.
I want to see what he thinks about Syl. If he knows anything more that he can tell me.
He's
about.
never seen anything like her before. He's fascinated. What is this thing? Is it a mushroom?
She's a mushroom. Yes, she is a mushroom. She is a sprout.
I just
Might-
moved.
Yes, she's alive. She speaks
Wait, you
to
didn't move that, did you?
No, no, she is alive. She speaks to me.
It still says something to her. He's like, oh! But I didn't even hear that. It was in my head.
Very fancy, right? Very nice.
Wow. I like this one.
Yeah.
What is her name?
Syl.
Syl.
I grab her out of her little cage.
He like goes to shake her hand, like, oh, well. He pats her on the head, and she just emits spores when he pats. He was like, that was maybe a bad idea.
I have like one here. I got Hedwig on my shoulder. I got some companions.
Got a wolf following you somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
this
just
is
trudging around.
Yeah. He also is happy to tell you that he loves cooking, and he's going to make you all kinds of good food.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, we just.
If you want sirloin, he can do it.
Or eat them all.
Very nice. Yes.
Okay. He takes you off into the northeast that he directed you to. And you leave this old civilization. The weather is fair. You get to the end of the afternoon and the sun is starting to go down. You've not run into any trouble. You've seen lots of peaceful little creatures. Baum has explained to you that at the current pace you're walking, it would take a few weeks to get to the civilization of the High Elves, which I don't have a name for. We're going to call them I'm going to go with the Ashen. They're going to be called the Ashen from here on out.
They're the sworn enemies of my clan.
Yeah, they are, yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Aschen, Ashen. Robbing that from something else. He says they are very proud people. And when I say that, I mean they look down on those who are not elf. They tolerate others. They may have difficulty with you, fine dwarf. But I will vouch for you.
It is very good we have you with us then.
Yes, I have come to know them. I run into their rangers from here and then. Like I said earlier, I think with their conflicts that they'd be more willing to accept allies than make new enemies.
Yes. We would like to help them with their problem.
I'm sure they will appreciate it. Come now, there is a There is an area here. There is a small cave. It does not go very deep, and it would be safe to camp there overnight. Tomorrow we will pass through an area that is much more dangerous.
With the bears.
It's not safe to do it today, especially with night falling.
Yes.
And he looks up and he sort of sniffs the air. Yes, let us stay here tonight.
Smells like chicken.
Says I am not in need of very much sleep, so I can watch if you would like, or help you watch.
Yes, we can pull shifts.
Nice. Your sleep's all
I was
night.
gonna say, this one likes to sleep.
Dude, man can keep sleeping.
This man,
Yes.
this dwarf still likes his beauty sleep.
You don't like
Never met a
it,
dwarf who didn't.
Right?
And he really doesn't have any belongings with him, but he manages to go out and forage a good amount of berries and fruits, and he catches a few rabbits, and he brings them back, and you're not totally sure how he did it, and he doesn't tell you either. And then he asks if you have any cooking ware, which I'm guessing your dwarf would have.
No, of course.
Yes.
And he makes you a rabbit stew and a fruit cobbler for dinner.
Very nice.
Fruit cobbler.
Uh-huh.
Good gravy.
I
He is
love
buttering
that.
us up or something.
This
Nobody can be nice. They all have to have some sort of ulterior motive.
This
You
is
know it.
this is very
I'm a
good.
dwarf. There's always an alternative.
Do most of your folks cook like this?
Some do.
Some do. It's very tasty. I like.
I put a few good berries in there.
Yes. Oh, I see. Yeah.
That's why you should feel so full, even though it's such a small portion.
Yes, absolutely.
Good berries are a magically created berry that fully satiates your hunger and thirst.
It's like llama spread.
Yeah. And it's a cantrip, I think. Or is it first level
To make one?
to make good berries?
Good berries are I'm almost positive it's a cantrip.
It's been a while, so I can't remember for sure.
Pretty sure it's a cantrip for.
That's pretty cool. I like those.
It is. It's a great spell to have.
No, it's first level transmutation.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Up to 10 berries appear in your hand.
Yep. And all you need is one, so he gives you all plenty, enough to feed you. And you feel really satisfied.
Eating a berry restores 1 hit point, and the berry provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day.
Very
The
nice.
berries lose their potency if they have not been consumed within 24 hours of casting the spell. Up to 10 berries appear in your hand. That's crazy.
That is
Mhm. Solution to world hunger.
cool. Right?
They cast good berry 4 times! You got hit by breath weapon.
100,000 bards casting good.
Honestly, that'd be good for like it after after we helped that village or whatever when they got ransacked and stuff by those. Well, then again, they were lobster folk, so they were probably eating those lobsters as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll rack out.
Yeah.
I am totally down to sleep first.
Smirgoff, he takes a shift with you first.
Sounds good to me.
Let's get you involved here. Do you want to do any perception while you're on watch?
I feel like that's probably a good idea.
Probably.
Yeah, I'll make a perception roll. 18.
Excellent. Well, some of your perception is dedicated to watching Bomb, just to make sure, he is all that he says he is. And he doesn't make any moves against you during the night. In fact, he's quite... he's quite friendly to you. And he engages you in conversation if you're interested.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes time go by.
Yeah.
Keep it down, I'm trying to sleep.
He talks...
Just snore in your ear.
That's what I was getting at. He talks quietly to not wake anybody up and make enough noise to attract anything.
Don't wake us dwarves.
And he explains to you that you are passing out of the land of light, basically, and that you will be passing into a place that has experienced some of the shadow that is coming into the forest. And depending on how things have gone, you may encounter some of the Dark One's forces or other things. Besides that, there are definitely wild animals in that part of the forest that will want to kill you. And so you should be careful. He basically avoids them by being quiet when he's in those areas and not singing and playing his lute, of course. He only does that in the safe areas. If you don't draw attention to yourself, you should be fine when it comes to the nature that's there. He can't really speak to the shadow. After telling you that, he asks you a little bit about yourself if you're interested in sharing. He's just kind of wanting to get to know you.
Well, lately we've been with these two fellas you met earlier. We've been just out adventuring. Nothing too exciting. Been away from home for quite a while now.
Where is your home?
That's a great question. Last I can recall, Greenest. Lived in Greenest for a while.
I've never heard of that. That must be a long way from here.
We have traveled quite some distance.
What have you seen?
Oh, we've seen plenty.
We've seen many things.
We've seen some giant frogs. We've seen some big old lobsters.
Demigod.
We've met a dragon or two. A demigod. There was the brain things. We saw some brain things. Had quite some adventures in our time.
That is fascinating.
Oh, he killed the demigod.
Yeah, one shot.
One shot
The
at
demigod
the demigod.
was the brain thing, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I won't make you roleplay if you don't want to, but he engages you in conversation about that, asking you details until the shift is over. Anything you want to ask him?
Yeah, what creatures have you seen? Have you noticed anything new that hasn't been in this forest?
I haven't seen, but I've heard something. It sent a chill down my spine. I ran as fast as I could to get away. Which, he can run faster than all of you because of his goat legs. He can go considerably faster.
I would like to challenge him to that.
You want to beat 60 feet per turn? You can for a little while.
It's a 30-foot sprint.
If he wanted to, he could dash 120.
Oof.
So he hasn't seen, but he's heard sounds of giant cats in the forest that do not belong here. They're similar to ones he's heard or seen before, but he knows these ones are different for some reason.
Giant cats.
He doesn't know what they look like, unfortunately, but he's heard them in the dark. And it's concerned him.
Yeah, that's kind of terrifying.
I don't like cats.
Yes. It's best to not make very much noise once we leave this safer portion of the forest. When we get there, we will need to be quiet on our watch. This is a luxury here. There's nothing that's going to harm us. He says, "It's about time you get some sleep, Smirgoff. Terran."
I start stirring and waking up from my shift. 4 hours is usually all my body gives me anyways.
If you're lucky, after eating the walnut crunch.
That's true. I
Honey walnut crunch.
I went straight into REM sleep. I could have gotten an hour and felt rejuvenated.
Well, he engages with you a little bit. He asks you about where you're from, what you've done, what you've seen.
Yes, my past is a little bit, little different than the rest. I did not start off life on the right foot. I was stealing to make my way in life, and ran with not the best group of folks. But I'm trying to be on a better path, do more good. But yes, I have loved the adventures we've been having so far.
What sort of things did you do before?
Well, I grew up in Waterdeep, and I was with a little clan. I knew not of any family that I had, but this clan was my family. But I always knew something was off. We would steal when we could. We would steal our food. We would steal the money to keep us prosperous. We never we never felt remorse for anything that we really did. But you know, the longer I was in that situation, the more I felt the wrongness of what we were doing, and I decided to leave. But, yes.
I've never met anyone like you.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes you have to just know that there's a bigger world out there than what you're handed. So I decided to find it. And I ran into these two. And yes, the world is indeed much bigger than just a measly old Waterdeep.
I have heard of Waterdeep.
Very nice place. It is a nice place, yes.
Heard it is full of wonders.
Wonders and also very dangerous at times, but yes.
Do you think I would like it there?
No, I do not think you would. No, I do not think you would. I think it would be very claustrophobic and not very freeing for you. But yes, people would love your music.
Then I should probably stay in my forest.
I think that would be the happiest for you. This loot that you have, tell me about this.
Yeah. It is a gift from my grandfather. He made it many, many, many moons ago. It is said to have been made from the branches of a great tree, one that breathed life into the forest, life and light, and that it sacrificed itself for the good of others. One day one of the branches was hanging low from the tree. It had been injured, and my grandfather came across it, and he made a deal with this tree that he would take care of it. And so he, much to the tree's chagrin, he cut the broken limb so that it would heal, and the tree was thankful, and as a gift he was allowed to keep the limb and make whatever he wanted from it. And so he made this lute.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Yes, I cannot help but, you know, I know magic, and this has an aura about it. Very powerful.
It is said that the strings are made of the fine mane of the Pegasus.
Oh, that's fantastic, yes. This thing is beautiful, and you play it very well. You do it justice.
Thank you.
Your grandfather would be proud. Very nice.
He smiles, he beams, and he says, I would play for you now, but I do not want to wake the dwarf.
Oh, the dwarf will not wake up.
Dwarfs get very.
Sleeping check. Just kidding.
You fed him cobbler. He is asleep.
Oh, I'm sleeping. That's a 15 plus. Whatever you want it to be. I sleep.
He plays a very quiet tune for you.
I just look off into the forest and listen to it. Hedwig's with me and Sill's with me. Got two on each shoulder.
Oh, I've been waiting. Sorry, I've been waiting for the opportunity to play this. I just get really excited. What is it?
Please be the Green Acres theme.
I think it's this one.
Theme from Bonanza.
Nope, that's not the right one. Hang on. Oh, I don't want to forget because I love it and it would really fit this. Anyway, he plays for you music. Well, we'll just go with that one.
That's what CR means. It's crazy remix. It's your crazy remix at Forest.
If Sill is in my head, can she hear this music too? Because I assume they don't have ears.
Yeah, they use their spores to hear things. There's instruments in this that he doesn't have. But let's just say he did.
Yeah.
And he heard this glorious music.
Or
You're like,
if it's enchanted, it could do whatever kind of music it really wants to.
I'm gonna roll with that. As he's playing, you see apparitions of musical instruments floating behind him just above his shoulders. One of them is a small bagpipe. One of them is a violin or fiddle. Another one is a flute. And you see,
Kind of like in Narnia when he
Sort of
makes
like-
it come out of the fire and.
and they join in with him and they create this heavenly melody. And it puts you at ease. It makes you feel like this is a good day. You've made a good friend, and even though there's most certainly probably very difficult trouble to come, if life can be this good, it's worth traveling through that difficulty.
Oh, absolutely. That is a beautiful. I'm lost for words. I don't know what to say. I've never heard such music before.
It ebbs and flows from this faun. He seems to be created for one purpose, and that is to be musical.
I love it. I love it.
Did you roll a perception check for what you see while you're on watch?
No,
I can't
didn't.
remember.
I have not. Not a whole lot.
He was lost in the music.
I was. Perception would be an 8.
Okay. It is a still, quiet night. The only thing you really notice out there is a gentle breeze blowing the grass, and it's a warm one, so you're quite comfortable with it too. It doesn't put you to sleep, but
Yeah.
you feel comforted, and your watch passes, bringing you into the early morning.
That is fantastic. That was a great night.
What's
Best
for breakfast?
He produces you. He baked good berries, like a baked apple with. I don't know how he does this. Let's just go with it. And it's hot. It's tasty. It's sweet. It's satisfying.
Very nice.
Breakfasty. I like.
That is probably the best night we've had since our adventure. Or I have, anyways.
During your shift, he does go to sleep for a little bit. He does go retire for a little bit and gets some shut eye, so that he will be fresh the next morning.
Senor, there was something I was going to ask you.
Yes.
Is he awake now?
Yeah.
Okay. We are also just on this there's this little side quest that we have been asked to do. Do you know anything of any kind of enchanted thing that can help a lichen with his control abilities of turning into a werewolf or anything? It's a long shot, but just thought I might ask you if you know of anything.
It sounds like the thing out of legend.
Yes, he
What is it? Is it something in particular? I think we mentioned a ring.
yeah.
Right.
Yes. He thought there might be a ring that can help him control this. He's suffering from this pretty heavily.
I would, if we come across the satyrs, I would ask them, and then I would, if they do not know, I would ask the elves. The elves know of wondrous things,
Yes.
many of which they have created.
Very nice, thanks.
In fact, we may even meet the elves before you expect. They know we're here.
They must talk to the trees too.
They have eyes everywhere. They know who comes and goes in their forest without anyone else knowing they are there.
And why have these elves not made a move against this Dark One?
They are fewer in number than one might think. It is a civilization, but this Dark One seems to be bringing in more and more foes by the day.
Well, listen, we are very good at eliminating foes, so we can help with that aspect.
I feel safe with you then.
As usual.
I do not know how this day will go. It could be quite dangerous.
Oh, dangerous, my middle name.
We will be passing quite close to the darker part of the forest, and it has been a while since I've been here.
Well, no need for you to worry.
I will try not to.
Prepare
You can
spells.
You can see there's a little fear behind his eyes.
Preparing spells.
The music would end because he's concerned about.
You went out of tune there.
It did.
Well,
He went very flat.
well,
He got a little worried.
while the rest of them are eating, and in this early morning, I go through some sword work, a little what do you call it? Just a practice routine,
Mm-hmm.
because I know it might be a rough couple of days, so I want to stay home.
That is all good, and I have my spells prepared.
Well, let us hit the road then, if everybody is ready. No need to worry. We will have your back.
As we travel, I'll have all three of you do a perception check. So let's do one for this day of travel here.
Got 9.
14.
16.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Please be 15.
Bomb takes you into a thicker part of the forest now. You're definitely moving closer to the center. The growth is older here, larger, thicker. There's more canopy cover, less light naturally comes into this place. But as you perceive it, you notice that there is, off in the distance, off of the path that you're following, you can see something that you could only really describe as arcane that makes this forest seem even darker.
Could I do an Arcana check?
Sure. I didn't even think of that.
Oof. 8. I have a +4 to that too.
Probably not.
I don't know if I can even attempt that, but I will.
You could attempt.
1.
Yeah.
4 minus 3.
I'm proficient in Arcana. So
Dirty one.
A dirty 1.
Dirty
Ooh,
one.
I got an 18.
Oh! Alright, well, we got something. There seems to be a fog or perhaps a lighter form of magical darkness that is hovering over the forest in some parts. And this wildlife path that you're following is closer to it than you might be comfortable with. In fact, Baum says, I don't like this. Last time I came through here, it wasn't this deep. Something has changed.
well, we will be on our guard.
Let me know if I'm going to be very perceptive to this cloud, and if we get fully into it, I want to know.
You got a what, like a 14 on your perception?
Yeah.
Okay, you notice something different then. You have an attuned nose, and you smell something after about an hour of walking through this portion that's getting closer to the darkness. It kind of varies. It gets a little closer, it gets a little further away, a little closer, a little further away. And then you catch it, this smell. It smells like rot. It smells like decay. But it doesn't smell like what Syl would be sort of like attracted to, if you know what I mean.
You know, I just thought I could always go into my owl too, because it's got
Smells like
keen
rotten
hearing and sight.
flesh.
What kind of check to discern that? Insight? Intelligence
I would
of some
think-
sort? Nature?
I would think insight would do that.
Okay. Give it a try.
Being in tune with my moves, I guess.
Yeah.
11.
It could be. It
It's
could be
a little-
rotten flesh.
hold on. 14. Sorry. I'm
Oh,
proficient
14?
insight.
Okay. It smells like rotten flesh. It smells like a dead body. You've run into a few before.
I'm going to go into my
Okay.
into Hedwig,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna do hearing perception.
Okay. Is it gonna fly somewhere?
No, it's just gonna hang out with me
Okay.
at the moment. It has advantage on those checks.
Nice.
Can I smell the...
That's a nat 20.
Nice.
I'm just gonna leave that. I can't get better.
Can I discern
So
the
it
direction
has-
of the smell?
In the darkness.
Hey!
Is there anything I can hear or see through my owl?
Oh, compared to what you hear with your elven hearing, which is good, but it's not as good. Your elven hearing hears the light rustling of branches in the wind, and Hedwig notices the sound of a very distant exhale. Just one.
Is this in the direction we need to head?
It's deep into the darkness.
I smell dead people.
But do we have to pass through?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
No. You might. The path is right now running parallel to it.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna keep moving where Bum is leading us, and we'll keep an eye out. Keep perceptive.
So you smell something, you hear something, and Smirgoff. What did I give Smirgoff again?
Sees something.
He is.
Sees the...
Oh, he
Cloud
sees
of
the mist.
darkness, the
That's
mist.
right. So the
Yep.
three of you kind of like notice these things and
But
start.
it all kind of.
I'm verbal about it, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely verbal about it. Saying, I smell dead people this way.
Yes, and Hedwig heard some kind of exhale far off in the distance in the mist.
And then the mist appears to be getting thicker as well.
Yes, very nice. We are very perceptive.
It's
yes?
getting quite dense.
So,
I don't know how you could be humorous in a time like this.
If we get into the darkness, I definitely want to know.
I get more.
Yeah.
I get excited in the face of danger.
Baum speaks up and he says, I don't want to go into it either. It could take us off the path, but it's harder to know where we're going.
I will do my best.
So what?
I recommend we continue following the path and figure it out when the situation arises.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
This part of the forest is quite dark and deep. There have been spiders seen in this area. I would watch out for those. Just keep your eyes on the trees.
I hate spiders. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I'll keep an eye up into the trees.
Fly, birdie, fly. Watch out for spears.
I wonder if I could probably not. Oh, maybe. if I'm like through the eyes of Hedwig, if I can still walk, if he's on my shoulder.
If he's on your shoulder, I don't see why not.
Yeah, because he's seeing. I can still see where I'm going, but then again, I'm controlling the bird and maybe not myself. I'm not sure how that would work.
Holy, that's a monster. Die temple.
Ooh.
Oh, as soon as it, so
I'm gonna look.
I prepared spells for this darkness.
I'm gonna look at Bomb and see what he looks like right now.
He looks very serious. Like he was cheerful and chipper earlier. Now he's sort of looking around like he's ready to be jumped.
Sing a song of sixpence.
I could not sit here.
Put my hand on his shoulder and I say, "Don't worry, we will protect you. It's not. We can handle anything that comes out of these forests. We're very confident."
Yeah. So
What happens if you can't?
Well, if we can't, then we
run away like
we may have
Saran.
to disengage, but I am very confident in our abilities as a team. You should not.
With how many crossbows he has, I think you might be right.
See, senor, and you have not seen our powers yet. We are very capable people.
Not seen the
Yeah.
power.
You haven't even seen me shoot these things yet. My reload time is impeccable.
He picks up an S on the ground that's in the shape of a wing. And he starts shooting them like this. Spread like Contra.
Like I'm sure Smirnoff told you, we have handled the demigod before, so.
I don't even know what that means.
So as we're heading down the path, is it getting darker?
Yes, it steadily gets darker.
Is the smell like in front of us as well?
It's now behind you,
Okay.
and getting fainter.
I'm gonna.
Okay. So is the darkness that's coming in on us? Is it because of the dense forest? Like we're
No.
moving away from the darkness?
No, the intruding darkness is getting deeper.
Okay.
You're getting to the point where you can't really tell if you're if you're getting into it or not. It's getting really difficult.
Okay.
I'm gonna do another check with my owl.
Okay. Keep in mind, there's a good deal of time in between each of these perception checks because
Yeah.
it's hard to roleplay travel. But eventually, Hedwig does hear something, and you are able to pick up on it, and that is the exhale is heard again, slightly stronger. This time behind you, almost as if it is further back on the path that you have been following. And it might give you a start for a moment. Oh, that's sort of, it just kind of startled a little bit, and then, no, it's nothing, we can handle this.
Senors, I think we should move off the path and maybe wait. We may be being tailed.
How dark is it?
What do they call it? Dim light? It's getting dim light.
Dim light.
This is where your dark vision gives you full color still, but your normal vision is impeded.
What do you guys think about maybe lying in wait for a little bit? I heard that same exhale.
I think that'd be wise.
Okay, I'll hold off on my spell.
Did you say you were moving off the path?
Yeah, we're gonna move off the path a little bit, but
Bomb is going to follow your lead at this
Yeah.
point. I will follow you. You tell me what to do.
we are going to move off the path and we are going to go into a little bit of cover. But I heard something behind us, and I want to see if it is tailing us, tracking.
Okay.
Be like, you can't, man. Sit down, shut up. So dead.
Make sure everybody has their stuff ready just in case. Is there anything that you have, Bond, that can be helpful during combat?
I need to think. Give me a moment. while I remind myself of something here.
He pulls out his 18 throwing daggers. You think you shoot bolts fast?
Oh my.
He just plays a crazy tune and then loot just like throws lightning.
It could. There are fun spells. A fun spell is if he has the cantrip grease. We launch flaming arrows or bolts into the grease.
Here we go.
And we light stuff on fire. Not in the forest though. That would be fun.
That might not be true.
Piss off the freaking high elves.
There we go.
We get into the darkness. I'm going to try to cast a spell to dispel the darkness.
Okay.
Because I want to see what. Since we
If
know
it's
that
like-
it's since we sense that it's a magical
Darkness. Yeah.
darkness, I have the ability to dispel if the level is correct.
I think it's a solid.
He says I don't really have anything to protect you, but I can create light.
Okay. I like it.
He has access to the
Light,
light,
light is good.
Light
the
is good.
light cantrip.
Light,
So
light is useful.
one of the problems is he doesn't really have a lot of belongings with him. He's got enough. He could cast light as a cantrip. I guess it doesn't consume the components. It lasts an hour.
Mm-hmm. That's what I usually cast on my warhammer.
It can be colored as you like,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets 20 feet of bright light and 20 feet of dim light on top of that.
Cool.
Plan on doing something a lot bigger than that.
It could be.
As you're on the side of the path, do you do a stealth check to hide?
Oh yeah, we want to.
Oh heck yeah!
I'm gonna roll for the first time tonight.
Doothmer rolls stealth.
Woo! We got a
With disadvantage.
17 for bomb.
That's pretty good.
24.
24.
22.
7.
Uh-oh.
I have to roll with disadvantage because I have chainmail.
Oh no. Okay. Okay.
They can hear me. They're hidden.
Yeah. You find a bush. You hide in the bush. There's a little bit of there's a log in front of it that you can kind of duck behind and kind of like Frodo and the Hobbits, like
Yep.
hide behind it.
I'm standing in front of the bush. Going here. Let me
No,
hide.
Doothmer. Stop it. Get some help.
Oh man, I was hiding from you guys. I wasn't hiding from that. Dang it.
Oh. You would all perceive this. There's no perception check necessary. As you hear the sound of heavy footsteps. And when I'm talking about heavy, I'm talking like enough to shake this house. Slowly approaching in the distance. Through the darkness. What's the maximum distance of your dark vision?
60 feet.
Nobody here has the.
120.
I
believe.
thought so.
Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure
Is yours the dark
I got
vision?
120.
Dark vision at 120, or is it that you have devil sight?
I believe it's dark vision at 120.
Okay, there's a
I can see in darkness,
Big difference.
shades
It's a
of
big
gray
difference.
up to 60 feet.
okay.
Dark vision 120.
Okay. Darkness, complete darkness, starts to envelop the area that was only partially darkness, and you hear thumping, and the trees shake and they start dropping leaves and small twigs, and you hear the birds go completely, well, I was going to say go silent, but they take off and they fly in the opposite direction, and you can kind of tell which direction this thing is coming from as it moves. Duthmer, that rancid smell comes back far stronger than you had smelled before. You're aware that whatever this thing is that made that smell is like exponentially closer to you than it was the first time you smelled it.
Okay.
Your bird hears
I stay quiet
the
because I
exhaling,
think I'm hiding.
and every time it exhales, like a new wave of pungent, rancid smell emanates out and fills the forest. As it walks within probably like 100 feet of you, and then stops, and you're just sitting there with bated breath, like, what do we do?
I'm gonna go into the eyes of Hedwig and kind of send him to scout a little bit.
No matter how close he gets to this darkness, he can't see through it.
So I'm staying quiet. I'm hiding.
Yeah, we're just gonna wait.
Duthmer wised up.
We're just gonna wait and see what this thing does. We can be patient.
I can't play as if I know I'm not hiding, you know. My check was not good, but I think I'm hidden.
The sound picks up again after a minute of nothing, and it moves adjacent or perpendicular to you further away. And so the dark cloud follows it, and the smell starts to go away.
Do you know what that was, Bone?
The devil himself.
That was the dark one.
Like I said, the devil himself. I've
Well, at
never
least he
Why does it
won't be
smell like
hard.
that?
He won't be hard to track.
Yo, why he's so stinky?
I don't know.
Smells like Duthmer after a week's travel.
Yes.
Alright, I think it is safe.
I don't want to be here anymore. We need to move.
Yeah, I
Let's
think
get
I
out of here.
was such a master at hiding, guys. You see that? He didn't see
yes,
me
you
at
did
all.
very well. But now we know that
It's
this,
the best stealth check you've ever made.
that dispel
7.
that dispel is gonna be huge if we come against that thing.
If it's a proper level, that's the thing. That gives me judgment. That gives me judgment. That's why I want to know when we're in darkness, because that'll give me an idea of what we could potentially be up against.
Yeah. So we'll keep moving through the forest then. A little bit brisk.
This is me to tell. This is a spell to tell how powerful
Sweet.
something may be.
Okay. The path continuing on is continuing to be dim light. You don't really have an idea of when you're going to exit that. You just have to be brave and move forward. Or turn back. Or forge a new way.
I think we keep going.
Keep going.
I'm not very.
I vote keep going forward.
I'm not
Yeah,
very.
we
scared.
can still see the path. We'll just go forward cautiously.
You continue on bravely, and you get about an hour's travel in when I have you do another perception check.
Jesus, that's a great roll.
It's not great for me.
7.
Well,
Ooh, 24.
Based.
I'm gonna. Is it fair to keep doing my perceptions through my owl?
If you do hearing, yeah. Okay, I gotta stop eating these Starbursts.
18.
They're so tasty.
Mm-hmm.
18?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna have you pick up on it then. Hedwig hears rustling in the trees before any of the rest of you do.
Oh, you got what, 23?
24.
You got 24.
But it was hearing.
But
Oh.
for hearing based one for
Oh,
Hedwig.
okay.
That then Smirgov picks up on what's going on. Smirgov, you turn and look over your shoulder, and you can see in the distance that in the treetops there's movement in probably about half a dozen spots, very slowly. You can't actually see something moving, other than you can see large limbs of trees slightly bowing and then going back up. We're talking like the tiniest bit of movement. Like something heavy is walking along that tree limb, and then it moves to another one, and that limb then is relaxed again. That's what you're seeing. A very, very, very subtle amount of leaves moved. It's quiet enough that elven and dwarven ears can't hear, but the bird can hear it.
What do your elf eyes see?
You've been waiting for that.
I see movement in the treetops.
How far?
Not much more.
200 feet away from you.
I don't see anything.
200 feet.
It must not be there.
You must trust
Seeing
me.
is believing.
What should we do? Should we take up defensive positions? What do you think?
We keep moving.
Keep moving. So be it.
We will watch closely.
I say I'd keep an eye on them and keep moving.
Okay.
I think it's smart to see if they're following us or if it's just hell. For all we know, it's the high elves.
We shall keep moving then.
Wanting to know why we're in the darkness or why we're skirting the darkness.
Things start to get really dark. You can still kind of see in front of you. You're getting down to like 15 feet of visibility in front of you now.
No, like the magical dark or
Not magical, like normal darkness. So, like you're basically
like it's nighttime.
able to see gray, black and white now, without seeing any color.
So we have like concept of time. So is it dusk then or
No, it should be like afternoon right now.
It's just like the density of the
The
forest.
density of the forest is really, it's really dense. It's very dense. And then you've got that weird fog stuff. So I should probably point out, that fog thing is not magical darkness, it's something else. So you can still see through it, but it's obscuring your vision.
Okay.
And then there was magical darkness around that thing earlier,
Yeah.
which was a different
Yeah.
effect.
Right.
So no magical darkness at the moment, just magical fog and extreme lack of light. Getting really difficult to see, like about 15 feet in front of you.
Should we have bomb create some night?
No, either you can or I can. I have no problem in just doing regular light spell because I have that cantrip as well.
Snap. Your tree branch crack off to the right of the path. Up in the trees.
I tell the bomb to get behind me.
What? What was that?
Cast light.
You want me to cast light?
No, I'm casting light.
He's gonna say, do you realize how loud that would be?
Casting light?
It's got a vocal component.
Yeah, you can whisper.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No.
Watch me.
No, it has to be spoken.
Unspoken.
Can't. That's the whole point of a bard. They have to be loud. They have to sing it.
Oh, you can.
Honestly though, whatever it is, I mean we can't really see anyways, so it probably already knows we're here, and unless we hide again, we can only see 15 feet.
I don't think hiding is going to do us any good at this point.
I don't think so.
You
either.
kind of hear a
Oh yes, cast it.
In my
sound.
I think you should cast that.
This
cast
is
My
on it.
warhammer starts glowing.
This is a different direction than the snap.
Cast that light. I feel
Yeah,
like we
I'm
need to
casting light on my warhammer.
do it. I'm gonna draw my swords and just be.
I go luminous. Boof.
Is that the Harry Potter?
Lumus
Or-
Maximus.
That's the verbal. That's
it.
the verbal component. For,
Lumus?
Yeah, or luminous.
Oh, luminous. Okay.
Yep. Luminous. Luminas. Luminous is the verbal component for light.
So I think we just stay in a tight little formation, watching each other's backs, and see what we can see.
You hear a sound somewhat like that, a dull thud off in a different direction, and then up.
I turn towards it.
Perception check.
13.
Ooh,
Roll again.
70.
And sorry, I should have said at disadvantage.
Oh, at disadvantage?
Yeah. My bad.
Well, that sucks. One's a crit. The other one is 5. So 5 plus 4, 9.
Okay. Same would apply to anybody else perceiving this, by the way. Sorry, I should have said that.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Ah, that's shitty. I rolled a 24 and a 7.
So, none of you can see what's approaching, but you can hear it approaching. And you know it's getting within tens of feet of you.
So what's my light do?
Your light seems to be, it's like when you turn your headlights on in the fog. Everything around you starts kind of glowing because that radiant light is lighting up the fog, and it's not penetrating the fog very well. So you got a ball of light that's about, it would go like 40 feet, but it's probably more like 30 because it's
Okay.
being slowed down, stopped by the fog. You can see the forest around you nicely, within that 20 feet of bright light. But beyond that, it might be making your visibility worse.
The light, you think it's...
It might be because right now you can see like color and your eyes are adjusting to the bright light where you are, but outside of that, everything is a lot darker and you can't see anything because your eyes are now in like normal light mode instead of dark vision mode. You hear another thud as another sound comes from behind you. Let's say it's like Terran's facing that way. The one that you heard but couldn't see was in front of you. The cracking of the branches was in front of Smirgoff. You are being surrounded by something.
Okay,
I
so
think we take up some defensive stance and just be
I'm
ready for this.
casting guidance on myself,
That's a good idea.
and I'm going to turn and I'm going to look towards the last crack.
Again, you don't see anything. You could do another disadvantage perception check.
That's what I will do. Okay, so my lowest. So if I'm going to utilize my guidance, do I utilize it on my lowest roll?
You could, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do that. So my lowest roll is a 16 plus 4, 20.
You see a shimmer, and that is all you see.
About how far from Schmirgo?
Oh, let's go with 15 feet away from Smirgoff. Let's put each other on here.
Yeah.
On the map now.
Yes.
It's time.
Please.
So you got all of your back-to-back
Yep.
facing different directions, right? We need a guy for.
I'm facing Schmirgoff right now.
Are you protecting
Yes, we are.
Your friend? Okay.
Should it be the little mushroom guy?
And I am facing Schmiergov.
There might be a fawn looking thing in there.
There might be. I just found a sorcerer. That's not very fitting. Now might be a good time for a 5-minute break.
Yep, because I'm getting ready to tell Schmiergov where to shoot. Shoot there now.
I don't have anything that works well for fall.
I don't see anything. Don't worry
Use
about it.
mushroom.
Just do it.
Okay.
These damn chips suck.
But we still don't know what they are.
I don't care. I don't see it, and it's glowing. And
It's actually the elves.
Yeah, right?
if they're not going to let it be known, well, we can tell by the body language of our companion. He's not liking it. They're not elves.
It's true. When is your meeting again, Austin?
What?
Your Liquid Stranger meeting?
Thursday.
Okay, sweet.
How'd your exam go?
I've had 3 of them since
Since last
since
Monday?
last.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah. We've got about 2 a week. They've gone all right.
Passing.
Yep.
These get degrees.
That's
No, it's not bad. It's just ridiculous hours.
That's crazy.
What are the exams for?
What are the exams for?
So it's the Navy's nuclear power school. It's essentially just they're all on different portions of the engine room, the engineering portions of the submarines and the aircraft carriers.
Gotcha. Well, that's interesting. I don't know why my brain immediately jumped to CPA exam, even though I knew you weren't an accountant. It's like, you must be
Yeah.
taking the CPA exam.
That's one thing
Or
you
the
have.
bar.
All the engine components, like that whole like the aircraft carriers and whatnot, they're all nuclear powered
Yeah.
and
Correct.
stuff.
You're a nuke, right?
What?
You're a nuke, aren't you?
I'm a submarine officer.
Oh. Whoa. Wait, I didn't know this.
Submariner. Yeah.
You used to be a nuclear engineer, though, didn't you?
I was a nuke, yeah,
So,
at one point.
whoa.
Used to be.
So are you going to go down to Mariana's Trench?
I've actually already been swimming there, believe it or not.
Swam above it.
I didn't make it to the bottom.
Well, that's good. I heard there's a door down there. If you go down there sometime, you should look for me.
I've heard that it's not
Oh.
fun to go down there.
Yeah, well, I'll see what I can do. Hopefully I don't ever make it down there.
If you do, hopefully you do it in a way that doesn't like make you
Dead?
totally collapsing yourself.
Do you want a lemon cookie?
Oh, I'm good for now, thank you.
Okay. I would offer one to Austin. Austin, you should buy this lemon cookie.
We'll mail one.
It would probably survive.
Mail's relatively quick nowadays.
Yeah, I sent pork not long ago to my friend in Texas, and it was still frozen. Took 2 days.
Nice.
Oh, did we set everything up? Okay.
Yep.
So we have bomb pointing a different way.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out a way to really encompass him with these squares.
The only way I can think of is doing this. This is where hexagons are better.
Yeah.
Hexagons are bestagons.
Yeah, we'll go like that.
Okay. Time for me to grab some things. I had a kind of an awful customer at work, basically right off the bat this morning.
Oh, that sucks.
I don't understand what his problem was. He came in and he said, I got a 97 Chevy 450. I need a fuel filter for it. I'm like, okay, what model? And he says, it's 450. Well, that's the engine size.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm a tractor guy. You're gonna have to explain, what model it is. And he just like stops talking to me and starts talking to my coworker about something else that he wants. I'm like, okay, maybe Bruce will just handle it for me. And I start closing down the software that I was using to look up his 97 Chevy, and he looks at me. He's like, "Got it yet?" And I said, "No. What model is it?" It's a 450.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and looking at me and talking to me like I'm stupid. I'm like, how many times do I have to tell you I need the model in order to know what fuel filter you got? So I skip the model and I put in the I don't know, and then I find the engine size and I look it up. And it does give me a result because our system is great. And I'm flustered, so I forget it's a fuel filter he wants. I go grab the oil filter. Should not do me any favors. When I brought it up, he's like, that's an oil filter. And then he gets upset with me. I'm like, this is just going from bad to worse. So I go back and I grab a fuel filter, but it's one of two kinds, and it was the wrong one. And then he brings it up and he's like, no, turn that computer around, let me see it. It's a 450. And he's like, it needs to be the one that screws in. And I just like walked away because I knew what number it was then. Went and grabbed it, took it out and set it on the counter. And he's like, well, there you go, you got it. Like, how are we doing? I'm like, I don't know how we're doing. So I ring him up for it. And he's making all kinds of excuses. He's like, yeah, it was 97. They were named different things. I just can't remember what it was. How much is it? It's 2124. All right. Well, blah, 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 blah. How much is it? 2124. He's like, now I'm having to get after him to pay me. And then at the end, I guess my coworkers were like, you could have just told him to leave. I apparently have the authority to tell people to just get out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is
You can
great.
refuse service to anyone.
Yeah.
I did like that when I first walked in there, they had a sign that says we have the right to refuse service to anyone. I thought this is a place I can work at.
Well, did your coworkers understand? Like,
Yeah.
Did they,
They said if he had kind of pushed me a little further, they were going to tell him to leave. But I just kind of gave him the no response whenever he was talking to me because he was just being.
yeah.
I don't understand what was going on.
Luckily,
with
I
him.
feel like for you guys, it's not like you don't have to be super nice to everybody. Like it's customer service, but it's still not. Really.
Yeah, it feels awful to me. This is just how I feel when I'm interacting with that. I just feel awful the whole way because there's nothing I can do.
What you all grabbing there? You're grabbing a few pieces, buddy.
You should tell them.
How many dice do you need for that?
I need more dice.
What you should have done is you should have seen what models that fuel filter was for that thing once you rang it up and been like, so do you have a this? Yeah, that's what this is for. That's what I mean by model.
Yeah.
Jackass.
Don't skip on the jackass.
Oh no, heck no. That's
really,
part of customer service.
Yeah, exactly. They need to know. They need to know.
No, so I hate being customer service. So I was dealing with a customer today, and she's over here. She's like, I need this, and I need this, and I need this, and I need this, and she's been like bugging me
Do
for
you
like
deal
the
with,
last
like,
2
bulk?
weeks. What's that?
Do you bulk stuff?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. And finally, like I was like, you're gonna have to give me time because I can't just waste all my time on you.
Yeah.
I have a shit ton of stuff I gotta get done. And she finally calls me, and she's over here. I need to know the difference between this. So I need to know why this and this, and why I'm getting invoiced twice for this. I'm like, you didn't get invoiced twice for this. She's like, well, I have 2 invoices in my head. I said, yeah. One of them is probably the pro forma that I sent to you prior to you getting on credit terms with us. I was like, you guys were paying in advance, so I gave you a pro forma invoice so you could pay in advance, and then I invoice you once it's done, but that invoice is already paid. And she's like, well, I see that we've paid this twice. What, blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, give me the invoice number. I was like, oh, I said, at first I was like, you can see if it's pro forma in the invoice, just look for the sales order number. It should be on the right-hand side, about a quarter of the way down the sheet. I was like, it should be sales order and it should be a 909 number. I don't see anything like that.
Get your eyes checked, lady.
Okay. I was like, well, hold on a second. Which one are you looking at? And she gives me the invoice number. I finally pull it up, and I pull up the attachment to it, and I'm like, okay. I said, see where it says invoice number? Big? And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay, directly below that. I was like, is invoice number and it's smaller? She's like, yeah. I said, below that's your PO number. She's like, yeah. I said, below that's the 909 number. Oh, I see it now. Jesus Christ. I'm like, okay. I was like, so what's the other invoice that you have a concern with? And she gives me the number. I was like, that's the pro forma for the same order. And she's like, well, how do I know that that's the pro forma invoice? I said, in the upper right-hand corner in big lettering, it says pro forma invoice. And she looked up there and she goes, oh my God, I never noticed that before.
Oh wow.
I'm like, are you serious?
I hate
was
when
like,
people don't even look. They just like.
I'm like, and supposedly I can't move up in my company because I don't have a degree. I was like, and you have you have a degree and you're an idiot.
That's
I was like, good
C's
Lord.
get degrees, Chris.
I know, but I don't like school. Screw school, man.
And sometimes F's
hate school.
still get you to progress.
It's like, oh my goodness sakes.
Sounds like that's what happened.
And I'm like, man, this is the stupidity I have to deal with.
Regular college is a scam.
Oh, it makes me want to cry.
Okay, I'm gonna pop this in the fridge and I'll pick up.
Let's get after this action, huh?
Yeah. I have a Submariner friend out here named Tom, and he's definitely a Submariner. You can tell, like, a lot of you, and being on a submarine, they're a different breed.
Go ahead and pre-roll your initiative.
And he does metalworking out here. He does like he does swords and he does armor and stuff.
Is
Pretty
the
cool.
tractor ready to fire it up?
That's cool.
Woo!
Ready
I
to
rocked that initiative roll, boy. 10.
Tan?
What's your initiative bonus?
0.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why I was so pissed
There-
last time I got a 20 and friggin' you had like 23 and Smirnoff had 24 and I'm like, what the hell? I still go third.
Got a dirty 20 on that one.
So I'm currently facing towards Smirnoff because I did my perception and I noticed a glare right here. I noticed something glowing.
All right, I've got 5 different initiative entries, but
Okay.
we'll wait till Hedwig is in there.
He's in there.
Oh, he's in there? Okay. 11. You can just put question marks if you want.
I'll
You don't
put
know what they
X's.
are. Okay. 9. 23. So you could just put way up at the top. Doesn't even need to be on a line.
Yep.
20.
So that's tied with Smirgoff. What's that thing's dexterity?
Dex is a +2.
What's your dex, Austin? Plus.
Plus 4.
Okay, so it'll go below to 19 then. And the last one's a 10.
What's your dexterity?
Tied with
Tied with Dude.
Tied with
No, he
+2.
beats me.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll put that at 12 because you already have one at 11.
Yay.
That works. That works. Okay.
You are surrounded.
So
You can't see him yet.
So
we
I
can't.
well
no,
I
I'm saying
can't.
in like initiative.
Oh.
I can't. I saw a glimmer right here.
Yeah, you saw a
So
little ripple.
I just stayed. I say I see a glimmer. You said 15 feet.
Yep.
From Schmiergoff here. So I am pretty much gonna say, stop right there. Or I'll have him shoot.
Okay. I have a response. Give me a second here. I wasn't ready for you to talk to it.
I'm talking to it. I see it's there.
Don't move. Freeze.
Stop or he'll shoot. There you go. Stop or he'll shoot. That's 4 words. Perfect.
Okay, it should be something kind of like this. Oh, come on. Can you hear it?
He's not saying anything back.
No, it's a growl.
Oh, just pop
Okay.
a shot off.
Shoot there. And I point. Tell him shoot in front of you.
Can we do that before initiative starts? Can we do
Yeah.
it with fire shit?
Yeah, you can. Because they haven't engaged you yet. We rolled initiative to be ready.
Who all can? Yeah, because we're all ready. Like we're all. We're all armed and.
So yeah, I'll
Dangerous.
pretty much tell Shmirgov, shoot in front of you 15 feet.
Now I'm gonna take a shot there.
Yeah, I can take a shot.
I'm also gonna.
Yeah.
So now that I've tipped them off to something 15 feet ahead, do they get like advantage on their?
Oh, that's definitely a cat.
Do they get an advantage on perception roll?
Who? The enemy?
Now that I gave them pretty much shoot 15 feet in front of you.
No, because the glimmer's gone now.
The glimmer's gone up.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've lost contact.
Yeah, maybe I won't shoot.
Do you still have light out?
Yes.
Okay. So we need to maybe. Okay. Would you close that pane there? You see that You see this right here? Would you click on that for me? That'll close that pane. It'll give us a little more space. The other thing we want to do
Oh no!
is I need to fix the screen. For some reason it has to be in game mode. Okay, now we want the pan tool, which is the hand. Otherwise it's going to be hard to move around on this board. Perfect. Okay, so now we're prepped for that. This is now gone. And now I'm going to draw on the actual Roll20 map your circle of light.
So it'd be 20 feet in normal conditions from my battle axe or my warhammer.
Linger. Then we want.
Dim light 20
Oh,
feet.
that's
from.
not far enough over. And now I need to go down to the right one.
Yep.
That correct? Okay, and then it's 20 feet.
It'd be 20 feet of light
Yep.
in normal conditions.
Yep.
That's not bad.
Hard to get better than that right now in these
Yeah.
conditions.
Yeah.
Okay.
With dim light, another 20. But the thing is, with current conditions, if this is just the area in which isn't, lit up, that's fine.
Yep. Okay. Smirgoff, you are hit, and we're gonna start the initiative. Because you haven't shot yet. Okay, so I'm gonna roll for it though, of course.
Okay.
Yee. 24.
That'll hit.
All right. Need more dice. It's my favorite thing. Aw. Only 8 damage, piercing.
And we don't.
Could be worse.
Only 8 to someone who only has 32.
You got more than that, don't you?
Yeah, 46.
Yeah.
46.
We don't see where that came from.
Nope. He doesn't even see what hit him. He just feels something. He was looking straight at it.
What is it? What happens when he gets hit by it?
It's hard to describe because you can't see it. But basically, he feels like cold. I might as well just explain it. He feels a tentacle hit him,
Ooh.
and it has little teeth on the end of it, and they bite.
But it just whiplash. It must have just.
It just whipped him. Yep.
There's no object in him.
No object in him. No. It was definitely a melee attack, and it happened from quite the distance away. And now we should be at the top of the initiative, because that was the surprise round.
And we don't see anything right now.
Nope.
I think we.
Turn that down.
We need something to shoot at.
I'm not going to be able to clear fog. So
That's fine.
I did not prepare anything to like this fog action.
Should set
So-
the tone by
so-
turning the lights off.
So what happens if Smirgoff was to hold action?
Smirgoff was to hold action?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because he can't really see anything right now. He can move forward, but it's a little sketchy too. So what could happen if he held action?
He could wait until he's attacked again and fire. That's one thing you could do. You could wait until you're attacked and then, I guess, run. You could wait until you hear something and you could run.
So-
You know, it's any sort of action economy. You can.
So that's
Basically.
So you can say I'm gonna hold action, but then you have to have a reason of what provokes that action.
Yeah, you need a trigger,
Yeah.
and then it needs to be an action or a movement. It also uses up your reaction
Okay. To hold.
because you're reacting to whatever the trigger was.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
But his action can be 4 attacks.
his can, yeah,
Okay.
because he's special like that.
Okay. Well, it's up to you. I mean, that's a possible thing that you can do. But
No, I kind of like that. Essentially, just readying an attack and waiting for. I suppose being attacked would be a good trigger there. That way, whatever's attacking would hopefully be visible.
Are you working out your combo that you were talking about last
I'm trying
week?
to think because there's ways you can do combos like that, which we haven't really found out yet.
So what you could do is say when Terran attacks, Smirgoff also attacks the same target at the same time with all of his action economy.
Right. So if I were with you, Austin, a combo that we could do is if I saw something and I casted like a shocking grasp, that target can't take a reaction and it can't really move, and then you could use your action at the same time. But yeah, so your trigger could be if I attack or if you see something or if something attacks you. But it has to.
Do you think it would be better? Do you think it'd be better if we did it when you attack or when something attacks us?
Well,
I mean, at this point, we don't really know what's going on in there.
So, here's my question. Do we want to fight? Or do we want
Also
to
a
try to
good
get
question.
out?
that is a good question.
Because if we want to fight, I can try some things. But there's no guarantee to it.
Well, right now we're surrounded, so I don't really think we have a whole lot of a choice. Unless.
So another thing that could influence our decision. I do need to get to bed here shortly.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Let's get her
Okay.
done.
Oh shoot! I didn't even notice what time it was.
Let's get this done here. I'm game to give her a go. If it fails, we need to run.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, Austin, just let us know.
And I actually think I'm losing audio right now because I can't hear anybody.
What?
That's not on our end.
It might be.
No, it's not. The
Exit and get back.
solution would probably be for him to try reconnecting.
There, I can hear you now.
Oh, you can hear us
okay.
now?
Okay.
Yep.
You hear me now? Good. So
That's
I
what
say,
it's
you know, if everyone's gonna hold their action,
What?
depending on what these things are gonna be doing,
How implausible would it be to us holding action and moving as a unit? a certain direction.
Oh, I never thought of that before.
Because if we can, because this is something we want to kind of like be together, but still we don't want to stay in one spot. And
Yeah.
we need this light in a way.
Can I see the tracker? Let's see here. So you could make that work if you allow 3 enemy turns before you all do your thing, because you would have to wait for Toothmer's turn.
We'd have to wait for my turn, and I'm last in the initiative order.
Smeargoff, Terran, and Hedwig would wait until Toothmer. So you'd be at the second to last turn. So you could do it.
And then we could all use our movement speed at that same time.
Wherever,
I'd be fine with
wherever
that.
we
Yeah.
move, you need to stay behind me.
The other option is for you all to opt to disengage and drop initiative, and we try to do some sort of runaway mechanic.
It's gonna be difficult if we're surrounded.
Let's try this tactic and see if it works.
I don't want to move too much as of yet, but you guys can move into a better defensive position behind me. But we
So-
need to move at the same time. Because I'm going to try to expose.
So I'm gonna hold my action. I'm also going to have Hedwig go in the air and hold his help action.
Ah, okay. Eyes in the sky, actually,
Yeah.
which is a good thing.
So pretty much what I'm going to need you guys to do is to stay in a formation
Yep.
behind me so I can try to expose.
Yeah, if we can solo even just one out, that we can see.
Yeah, I'm
We
gonna
can
I'm
go
gonna
for
try
it.
like hell to expose, but I'm also gonna be doing something as a help action behind us. So or not a help action, but I'm gonna be doing something to. I'm gonna be blowing a lot of spells here.
Yeah, and I have a plan as well for what I'm gonna do. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm lost. What are you doing?
So we're all gonna hold our actions until it gets to Doothmare's turn, and then we're all gonna kind of move as a unit with our movement speed and try to solo one out.
I see. Okay. All right. Well. All right. So enemy 1.
And if one
And I've
gets
got 3 of
exposed,
them
they
that
are
are
to
going to
fire.
go. Yeah, 3 of them. Okay. Smeargoff, in front of you, you see a black panther with tentacles coming out of its back materialize in front of you as if it wasn't there before.
Fire.
Growl at you and make an attack. He didn't hold his reaction to attack. He held his action to run. Yeah? Did I misunderstand?
That is.
They're holding action to
No,
possibly
I do
move.
believe that is correct.
So, your trigger was seeing it to shoot it. Okay.
No, it was what Brennan had said. We were holding it until Toothminner's turn.
Yes, and then if we can get multiple to show themselves during that,
If
that's even
we
better.
get people to show themselves, then I'm not even gonna worry about exposing.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm about it.
Okay.
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Okay. Does a 17 hit? Smeargoff.
Does. What number was that?
17.
17 does hit.
Okay, so I'm guessing an above a 17 would hit as well. Alright. First one, the creature bounds up to you, and it hits you with what's called a rend attack, which does...
You're gonna have to cough some shit.
13 slashing damage and knocks you prone.
Oof.
So he should be on his side. That means it takes him 50% of his movement speed to get up on his next turn. Then he hits you again for 11 piercing damage.
We gotta get out of here. We
Oh my. Yeah, we get.
I'm telling you right now, we gotta win this fight. We gotta.
Guys, we gotta go one.
It's impossible to win this fight. He just got hit with by two creatures for almost his whole health. We're dead.
I have
right
14 health left.
Yeah, I'm
Well-
saying it right now. We're gonna die. We gotta leave.
Yeah, let's do it then.
There's no ifs,
wait
ands,
till-
or buts about it.
We'll wait
There's
till
nothing
your
I can
turn, and we'll try to make an escape.
Drink healing potions and just run. Because I'm not even gonna attempt this.
Okay.
Not if there's multiple of them and there's at least 5 of them.
Yeah, this is and we're in their territory, so this is a tough fight.
Yeah. There is no way.
Okay, next.
Next one. An image appears right next to it, and this one then flickers right out of existence.
Fuck that.
Nothing happens with that one. One shows up right here, and he's not actually close enough to attack you until he moves forward. And he's going to make a rend attack on you, Taryn. Ooh, wow, he did terribly. You got an 8. And a tentacle attack. Oh no, 23.
Yep. At least the rend attack didn't hit. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that one's probably favorable for you. 14 damage.
Okay.
Piercing. Okay.
Okay.
That one slides over a little bit.
No wonder Bomb was scared of these things.
And one shows up just outside of the light and slowly and menacingly walks in towards Doothmer. Think of a pack of cats circling their prey. That's exactly what's going on. Rend attack against you for 17.
Miss.
And a tentacle attack for less than that. So you come out unscathed. Okay. Bomb does not have a turn because he doesn't need a turn. But he is going to do something. I'm going to just cheat for a second here and have him do something. Because might as well. He casts Fairy Fire right on your spot. Let's see. And so he, from what I understand, he can opt to avoid outlining you with Fairy Fire.
I believe that's true.
So what he did there, guys, if you're not familiar with Fairy Fire, is he just basically he put a marker on all of these enemies for you so you can see where they are. And it extends out to it's a 20-foot cube. And so cubes go up. And so these starbursts are up in the trees. He just outlined 3 enemies that are completely invisible. You see the fairy fire around in the shape of a cat with tentacles, but you can't see the cat with tentacles. Also, you see that this beast is actually right here.
Okay.
He's not in that space.
Okay.
You think
so
he's there.
They're illusions.
The outline is right here, but the cat it looks like it's right
What
there.
the hell are these things? Oh my god. You're damn right we can't win this fight. There ain't no way. Okay, time for a... So I think...
I need to cast something first to help our escape.
I can help Austin get out of the spot that he's in. And I think we all just need to get to this side and just back up as a unit.
Dash.
We
Out
got
of there?
actually gotta run. We gotta run. I'm gonna hold concentration as long as I can. But I'm going to Is that my turn?
I think so. Yeah. So we're at the held turn. Order.
Okay,
However you
so
say it.
pretty much we're holding to move towards me. So I mean, in all reality, he can get up from his prone position and move and use half of his
Well-
move, and you guys can move towards me.
I'm going to use a spring phase step, which means that I can touch one willing creature within 5 feet of me and teleport them instead of me.
Nice.
You
So-
can if you want to move outside of this area, I can move this way after I cast my spell.
Austin, I
Right.
don't know if you're familiar with the getting up out of prone mechanic and how it
I
might.
am, yeah.
Okay, if you have 35 movement speed, right?
45.
45. Okay, I thought it was 35. So, if you were to, I'm just giving you an example here. If you were to dash, you would go 90 feet, and you would take 15. No, it wouldn't be 15. It would be. We'll just
20.
make it 20 feet out of your movement speed because you were getting up. So you'd be able to go 70 feet in a dash if you wanted to. Just for FYI, in case you didn't know how that worked, because if you're dashing, you're multiplying by 2 your normal movement speed, but getting up out of prone only uses half of your normal speed. It doesn't use half of your dash.
Is dashing an action?
It is. So I just don't want him to like take too much of his movement speed out if he decides to dash. Is why I bring it up.
And I think my face step is a bonus action.
So I'm not going to be able to dash because I'm going to cast something, and you guys need to just stay within 15 feet of it.
Well, I
Or
could.
you guys need to stay like right next to it.
I could use my face step on you.
That, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
you can
true.
use your face step on him and we can dash.
Terran wouldn't be able to dash though, or is it a bonus action? It's a bonus action.
Yep. So I
Ooh.
could use my movement speed, dash, and face step him.
Okay, that's fine. It's brilliant, actually.
If you want to do that, then put us where we're going to be phased to, and where they're going to start dashing to, and then I'm going to cast.
You can use a little marker if you need. Figure
So
that
I'm
out.
thinking we just go out that way.
Out this way. Like if you're going to come over here, if he's dashing, if he gets up and dashes, and you face step me 30 feet.
I don't have him in initiative.
Yeah, because he's not battling.
Okay.
All I did was I just cheated to have him cast Fairy Fire.
Can we say he's before me?
Sure.
Telling
That's
him.
fine.
I want to tell him just to get the fuck out of here.
I just forgot to add him, so I thought I should give him a turn real quick.
Yeah.
Follow us
Technically,
if
it
want
helps
to
you
live.
more than it helps me.
Follow us if you want to live.
Yeah. I'm just gonna tell him that's where we're headed. Get there as fast as you can.
Stay close to the dwarf. So yeah, if we're gonna move outside here, so I mean 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So whose turn is it? Top of the board.
It's me. It's
It's
me.
you?
So I haven't done
Oh.
anything yet. So that's why it's like we have all our held actions.
Yes.
So if he's gonna get up and he's going to sprint, he needs to sprint over here. You know, you need to like
I'll
move
do-
your
I'll do
face
you.
step to me, or face step us 30 feet to like here,
Yep.
and then he needs to dash to like here.
All right. Austin, you go first.
That way we're like all right here.
Yep.
Or you guys can get all behind me if you want.
Well, I'm glad we used our actions to wait till we're running.
Because
Not
yeah,
to
if you
fight.
want to all be back here behind me, that works too. Because I have no problem being in front. If they want to attack me, I have ways to beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, I think we should go with that.
I mean, the other option is, we'll do this now, but if they follow us and we can't get away, what happened if you did rope trick?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. It'd be like a last resort kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But
So we'll.
it could protect us at a bare minimum.
For what, an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, so we say you get up, Austin, and you dash all the way over.
Yeah.
So we're going to.
Does he might take opportunity, or do you take opportunity when you dash?
Only if you're disengaging, or not disengaging. So anybody who's within melee range, which in this case is 10 feet, if you leave, then you're going to be attacked. You're fine, I think, because you're within, what, is it 15 feet?
15.
Okay, so you're okay.
Well, I just moved the thing down because I thought there was more squares.
Oh, it's okay. I think
So I moved everything. I moved all these up one, pretty much. So like he was here.
Oh, okay.
You know, he was
Probably
here,
close
he
enough that it doesn't make
I
a
was
huge
here,
difference.
You know,
Okay.
so on and so forth.
Oh, you are within 10 feet of him. Shoot, yeah, you'd all take an opportunity attack.
Let's
Especially if you go past that one displacer beast. That's what they are. By the way,
Displacers?
yeah.
That's a crazy animal.
Even if they're disengaging.
They're not.
They're not disengaging. You would need to not get hit.
Well, that's pretty much what we're talking about, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We
Except
don't
for
wanna
the
fight.
difference is you're going to face step me, so therefore
You won't take.
I'm going to be casting
Bomb would be fine because he hasn't engaged with
because
them.
I'm not
Yeah.
disengaging.
So,
Well, yeah. None of us have engaged with them.
bomb. Okay, so here's something.
We haven't
Let's
engaged.
let's put bomb in here as well. I'm gonna shoot this. He has movement at least. Okay. He sees what's going on. He recognizes the stakes,
I tell him to run. We're
and
headed that way.
he doesn't listen. Instead, he moves up here, and he moves in place of Smirgov to take the attack, so that Smirgov can run. Because Smirgov's going to go down if he gets hit.
What's
So
your movement
bomb
speed?
runs in to take the hit.
Mine's 30.
Okay.
I have no problem in moving through him,
'Kay.
taking an opportunity attack if you
Then
want to face
yep,
step
yep,
him
yep.
out.
That's what I'll do.
Bomb's missed, so he doesn't get hit.
Okay. So, Austin, you get out of here.
I like that.
Okay. So we'll take him, and he uses his movement speed plus his dash.
Yep.
And can we say
He
does
can move up to 70 feet.
Okay. Does
So
he
he-
take another form from this guy? Or no?
Not if he goes the long way. He's got enough speed to go a long way.
Meaning.
Stay
Yes.
within 10 feet or outside of 10 feet of range of that one. So
He was within 10 feet
Here,
here, technically.
I'll show you what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
So this guy's used his reaction, so he can't opportunity attack anymore. So you just do this. 10, 15, it's fine to occupy the same one. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55.
Okay.
It's weird, but rules as written, that works.
Okay. Sounds good. And then so.
And Tom has more movement speed, so he definitely has enough with dash to get up here. He just ran through here and took the opportunity attack for Smirgov.
Okay.
Remember the starbursts are in the trees, they're not actually low enough to hurt you.
So,
So you're going to have to do the same thing. You're going to
Yeah,
have to
I
go a
will.
long way around. So if you want to come up and face step me out, that would be the way to get. Oh, you'd have to take opportunity from this guy.
Okay. I'll take it.
You take the opportunity. 17.
19.
Okay, you're fine.
So I'm gonna face step him.
Okay. So no opportunity on Doothmer because he's face stepped, it doesn't incur opportunity attack, so he gets to go all the way over there.
Yeah.
20. So right here would be 20 from me, 25,
5,
so 30 for the center.
Okay.
10,
So now you have dash.
15,
And what, you have 60 feet?
20. Because this guy's already used it, right? Or-
Yeah. Yep, he's used his reaction.
35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and then come on down.
Yeah, you certainly can make it.
I'm just going. I'm just going.
Okay.
Okay, I'm casting. I'm casting Spirit Guardians.
Oh yeah!
15-foot radius around us. Everyone inside this is immune, and we are going to retreat.
Does it stay localized on you? It's on
It
a
stays
point.
localized on me at 15 foot around.
Sweet.
Range is self. Concentration up to 10 minutes.
You still have light.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Light doesn't go away until I tell it to.
Here's gonna be hard to role play a running away, but just give you a few of the mechanics that would be confusing for me to track. Displacer beasts can project an image of them that doesn't exist, which is why that one appears to be where he's not.
Yeah.
Which means that attacks against them are at disadvantage. But you have Fairy Fire on them, which normally gives advantage, so those two cancel out.
So
You now have normal straight rolls against the Displacer beasts that are outlined.
Yeah, because I have like Burning Hands, Shocking Grasp that I can cast behind us.
Okay, and the concentration check for Bomb passed, so it's Fairy Fire still up too.
As we're running, yeah, I can cast, like I said, Burning Hands and Shield.
That's a ranged one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Burning
15 feet.
Sweet. Okay.
So if I see anything getting close, I can cast some Burning Hands. Same with Shocking.
Smirgoff has his machine guns. Okay. Okay, so I guess what we could do, because Austin's got to go, we could pause here, and we could pick up in the very awkward position we are in for combat, because Displacer Beasts
Those
have a movement speed
65 feet.
of 40.
40.
So the only one who can outrun them is Smirgoff.
But I think we're in a good spot since we all know that we're out of their circle
They're going to be
of death.
taking a lot of damage if they
Yeah.
go within my 15-foot range.
Yours is 30 feet, right, of speed?
Mine is.
Or is it 25? It's 25 in 2014 edition.
25.
You have 30 feet of movement speed. Bomb has
25
60.
walking.
So he actually can outrun them.
And including with our dash.
Yeah,
well,
but the problem is they can
They
dash.
can dash
Oh,
fast.
I see, yeah.
So they have up to 80 feet, so
I
they'll
see.
always beat you and they'll always beat you, but they won't beat the other two. So there's mechanics, there's strategies, I mean, that you could use in order to take the two who have more movement speed and take like a couple more hits or lay some sort of like force some sort of opportunity attack, I suppose, or not opportunity, yeah. But it would take a lot of thought, and we don't have time for that tonight.
Yeah.
So
There's ways that we can definitely do this.
yeah, this is something to think about.
Now that we're outside their radius, but and I have a spell cast, it's
Dude, we would have been screwed if we tried to fight that. Yeah, it would have
Not
been
where
death
we
saves
were.
all around.
Yeah, it would not have been good.
no. First things first, make sure you drink a potion. Because once I have this spell cast, I can't cast anything else as of right now because I break my concentration.
Probably a good idea to do the potion now and not next week.
I can react.
Yeah.
I can react,
What am I?
but I can't like
I'm not sure.
cast spells while I'm concentrating.
I think I did like 11 damage to you, didn't I?
I'm at 31.
And you're fully
I'm
full health. Okay.
I'll use a health potion as well. What is that, 1d4?
one die 8
Yeah.
plus
2?
die 8 plus wisdom, I think, or die 8 plus
I thought it was 1d6 plus 2.
small healing, or no, that's small healing. But healing pots are 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
We were kind of correct.
Yeah.
Oh. 6.
It's something.
It's something.
It's
The thing
something.
that's nice about the D4s is at least you get 4. You're going to get a minimum of 4 on your healing potion. If it was a D8 plus 2, your minimum's 3.
So I'm to 37.
And don't worry, guys. I'm not setting up a TPK.
Oh, no, I'm not.
It
I mean,
would've
that's
been.
it would have been.
It would have been. Yeah, we only got one round into this. So,
Those things are crazy, dude.
yeah. Okay, so let's. This is their good environment, so they're taking
Right.
full advantage of it.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll leave that as written, so we can pick it up next week with a displacer beast at the and like starting his turn because we just finished Doothner's.
I'm pretty good with animals.
Which puts
Charm.
us at top of initiative.
No, there's one more after you.
There's one after me?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then at the start of initiative, there's another one.
I want one of these animals.
There's one ahead of 24
You might not be able to.
or 20.
Can I charm one of these?
Like,
Problem
you
is,
need another
afterwards
pet.
it knows you charmed it.
Maybe
You
it
need
liked
another
it.
pet.
Well, Austin, thank you for hanging on.
Austin's psionic buddy needs to be kicking the crap out of
I know he hasn't shown up lately.
Psionic.
The keeper.
Keeper.
Oh, yeah.
Keeper's gonna charm one of the beasts and have it attack something.
One of these things would be seriously handy to have, but holy cow. They're strong. That's really cool.
So
First time I've
spells-
ever used a displacer beast in my campaign.
Very
Well,
fire.
and the party had to run. They could not.
Highly successful.